So, this Sixer pregame live, Ben Simmons talked some shit, and I feel the need to respond. Very basically, Ben Simmons basically went on about how, you know, players get 3-point shots, not really because of him, but because the other team decides we have to focus so much on stopping Ben Simmons' penetration, which doesn't make sense because he's not a great finisher at the rim, but you focus so much on stopping Ben dribble penetration. We'll give up a 45% Seth Curry. We'll give up a Danny Green. We'll give up a Tobias Harris sometimes when he's outside. And he thinks that this is him playing a point guard, and it's freaking laughable because it's really not. A, you're not a great penetrator. B, all you do is create in the corner. That's it. You don't create anything else. You don't create. If you were credible, think about that possession where you turn the ball over on that double team right in edge. If you were a credible shooter, that double team doesn't happen. If you had the ability to drive and have a soft little touch pass inside, that turnover doesn't happen. Your point guard play is actually very mediocre. There's a reason your assists have gone down over the last month. Your playmaking ability is obvious to sit on. Sit on the corner pass. You don't shoot a mid-range shot. Oh, you shoot one once in a blue moon. Who gives a shit? Sit on it. You'll stand there at the ball until someone else comes and gets it. You're not a point guard. You're definitely not a half-court point guard. So stop talking shit about a position that you honestly play mediocre. Please, stop it. Like, this is just like the thing where you're like, oh, well, apparently I'm out of score. No, you're not. You're not. Like that game against the Nets where you put up 17 and think about 13 of it within the first half. Great job for what? 2.5 quarters. And suffice, it was enough. But I would rather you be aggressive for 4 quarters in a game. Like, seriously. You know, Jarrell talked about it. Doc Lewis talked about it. But I'll be honest, it's not like you worked on any moves with the ball to be aggressive with the ball. So even if everyone shouts, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive, you just don't have the handle. Your handle for the guard position is mediocre. Your handle for a big man is probably nice, but for a guard, is here or there. Oh, you don't want me to talk about it, but I will talk about it. And I am empowered to talk about it. Your skill for a guard is mediocre. At best. That's the best part. The worst part is, you are content with being mediocre for the rest of your life. That's what you said to the world. You are content with being 15, 8, and 8. The 8 rebounds, by the way, don't impress me. You're 6'10". If you were Russell Westbrook's size, there'd be some impressiveness to it. But you're 6'10". Understand that the rebounds don't mean shit to me because you're 6'10". I don't care. In fact, you should. And that 8 rebounds a game and 6'10" is, honestly, you can do more. Like, you got the 13 rebounds in the Cavalier game. So you can be a better rebounder, and then I'll give a damn. But you being a slightly, maybe above average rebounder, you're 6'10". You're 6'10". I don't care about your 8 rebounds a contest. And I don't care that you can paint the corners if you can't create for your team in half-court situations. If you can't create for your team in half-court situations, I really don't give a shit. Because guess what? 80% of the game offensively is in the half-court. 80% of it. You might be great in transition. In fact, the transition offense is actually a little bit controversial for me as we bleed into transition defense. Because the two sometimes correlate. If you shoot the transition free ball and it misses, your defense is compromised, the other team gets a rebound, they get out and run themselves. But generally speaking, the transition offense is awesome, and you're able to get that. But are you going to be able to get that in the postseason? Remains to be seen. You might just have to be in a half-court situation. And what are we going to do then? You're going to have to find a way to create for your teammates, even in the half-court. It's been a recurring theme your entire career because you, yourself, you said it. You said it to the wall. I don't care. I don't care to improve my half-court creation ability. I don't care to get a dribble-drive move. I don't care to get a pull-up shot in the NBA. I really don't care to expand my playmaking ability because, hey, we're number one in the East. I know that Joel Embiid is carrying me, should be the MVP, one of the best players on the planet. But hey, my own improvement, my own ability to get better as a player, fuck that. We're cool. We're number one in the East. I wish you hadn't said it. It was one thing for other analysts and other people to say it, but for you to declare that 15-8-8 is where you want to be for the rest of your life is depressing as hell. It's depressing as hell. Because again, the 8 rebounds don't mean shit to me. It doesn't mean shit. I don't care about your 8 rebounds a game. I really don't. So, to me, it's 15-8. That's what you're going to give me. You're going to give me 15 points. You're going to give me 8 assists. You haven't even really given me that except for the Nets game. But I digress. This is all you're going to give me. This is your best. This is where you want to be for the rest of your life. That's what you said. I'm taking you at your word. This is all you want to be. Well, if it's all you want to be, then I, as a fan, have to lower my expectations accordingly. And if the coaches want to give you coach all-star appearances for being 6'10 and rebounding the ball, then, okay, fine. The coaches can do that. But I will never elevate it myself personally. Because I know that there are other guards who play the guard position who, quite frankly, are better. As an example, a LaMelo Ball. A LaMelo Ball as a rookie has a better trajectory right now than Ben Simmons does. Because LaMelo Ball can actually shoot the ball, and he can do more than create some corner 3-point shot. Or to be sure, he could create that corner shot as well, but he actually is able to create things for his post players in the post. He's actually willing to drive and score. He is a more complete player on the offensive end of the ball. The same thing for Halliburton. The same thing for De'Aaron Fox. The same thing, really, to be honest, for all of your other guard competitors at the position. I don't have to accept a low standard just because you've accepted one for yourself. And if other coaches accept that for themselves, that's fine. But it's going to be a low standard. And this is where Philadelphia differs from any other town. If you confess to this city, which you just did, that you have a low standard for yourself, I don't care. Fine. I'm not going to boo you and I'm not going to cheer you. I'm not. Every Philadelphia athlete has always said that the booing and the cheering is because we think you can do better. But you just confessed to us that you're not. So what point is there for a Philadelphia sport fan to give a shit about your game? You're not improving. And even if you play worse, we know that it is what it is. You are who you are with any refusal to actually improve. So no one, certainly I for myself, I don't expect anything out of you. I don't. There's nothing for me to expect. There's nothing more to give. There's nothing more to grow. You said it stops here. You said it, not me. You said it. You said it. There's no improvement. There is no development in your game. That's what you said. Okay then. But don't be mad if Philadelphia Bears are like, forget him, he's old news. Because that's basically what it is. I'm now looking at Tobias Harris because Tobias Harris has actually made the steps to improve. And now I'm going to ask myself, what is the next step of Tobias Harris? That's going to be the key here. It's obviously not going to be you. It's obviously not going to be you. As far as who Joel Embiid number 2 is, it's obviously and clearly going to be Tobias Harris. And it kind of worries me because Tobias Harris is 28-ish. So how much more of a step up can Tobias Harris actually make? I don't know. But I do know this. Tobias Harris actually cares to put the work in the gym. This season has especially shown that. And Tobias Harris is actually willing to put in the work. So who knows? Even though Tobias Harris is nearing that point where he's in the middle of his prime, maybe just like wine ages old, same thing with Tobias. Tobias could make these even more of a lead next year in the next few years. I am more willing now to look at Tobias and seeing where Tobias can grow as opposed to where you could grow, Ben. Because you just confessed to all of us. You confessed to all of us that you have no intention of growing. And that's okay. You have zero intention of growing. I have zero expectation of you to grow. You're 15, 8, and 8. That's who you're going to be for the rest of your life. That's just disappointing. It's disappointing as a player, you don't want to take that challenge. And you know what? To be fair, that's on us. It's on us for picking you number 1 overall in the draft, and then it's on us for giving you a $180 million contract extension. It's on the Sixer organization for having bestowed those things upon you. And because they did, the expectation was misplaced. We saw what Jaylen Brown did the other night. It should have been Brandon Ingram. It should have been Jaylen Brown. Yes, they are better players. Even if our situation is looking better at the moment because we happen to draft the best player on the planet in Joel Embiid. But obviously you were never worth the number 1 overall pick or never worth that extension. That's obvious. And so be that as it is, I'm just going to sit with this interest. There's no reason for me to be angry about a man who doesn't strive to get better. It's just acceptance at that point. So there's a game. Kawhi Leonard is going to be playing. And, we'll see. We will see in this game, in games like it in the next upcoming months, if the guy who wants to stay the same can stay the same and things will work out okay for him and for us. On a team perspective, I hope so. On an individual perspective, I definitely would like him to be humbled a little bit about that. But generally speaking, I'm at the point where I don't care. Well, I care about a guy who doesn't want to improve. He doesn't want to improve. I don't have to care about him. I would rather care about what Maxey is going to look like year 2 with a full training camp. Now that excites me. Because I know that Maxey will put the work in the gym. Guys who want to get better, to quote Brett Brown, interest me the most over players who are just stagnant and players who have zero desire to improve. You have zero desire to improve and work on your game. It is what it is. Sixer Universe signing off.